Homosexuality has been a touchy subject when it comes to religion and does not have a definitive right or wrong answer. Many people have very different points of view on this subject. Some might say that it is morally wrong and that God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Adam. Others might say that those who identify this way will have a hard life and that they are targeted. Although each religion has its own beliefs, does not mean that everyone who is among that religion follows or agrees with that belief. Homosexuality being welcomed with open arms has been unheard of for quite a long time. Most times, it's just tolerated. Explored today will be the perspectives of Christians, Hindus, and Islams in regards to homosexuality being accepted into their religion and their reasons why. The first text analyzed is one titled, "When Christianity and Homosexuality Collide, Understanding the Potential Interpersonal Conflict." This is a good text to start off with. It is now encouraged for whoever is following along to stop thinking of your own views on this subject and now think about how the person in the situation is coping. There is a constant inner war with someone who finds themselves religious, but also part of the LGBTQ+ community. The writers of this article, Nasruddin Subdi and David Geelan, interviewed several people who find themselves falling under this category and feel like they could share some of their inner battles. The most common judgment was in reference to homosexuality being unnatural. The concluding results of those interviewed and many others were not recognized in this study tended to fall along the same lines. Those that are part of the LGBTQ+ community and are also religious tend to feel this constant inner battle between themselves and their views. Some describe it as a tug of war. Many people in the religious community refuse to recognize homosexuals as part of their religion, and this can be heartbreaking for those involved. The burden that someone in this predicament might be feeling is exhausting, not only to someone that like this affect the person, but also it takes a toll on anyone else who is acquainted to them. Reconciling sexual orientation with religious and spiritual beliefs can be challenging for Christian homosexuals, since many Christian churches teach that homosexual behavior is sinful. A lot of those interviewed claim that they feel depression, guilt, anxiety, suicidal ideation, and alienation. Although the Christian church has now made gay marriage legal, does not mean that the minds of many longtime Christians has changed and will change anytime soon. Christians have been working to be more inclusive towards homosexuality, and although they claim that they are trying, homosexuals still find themselves feeling the same way within their own community. Switching our mindset for this next part, we're going to be understanding homosexuality, transgender identity, and intersex conditions through Hinduism. Helping us to do this today is Amara Das Willem with his book Tritiya Patrika, People of the Third Sex. This article was less like the first, which related a lot to emotional and inner demons of homosexuality. This book was written to help the reader gain a greater understanding of the way Hindus refer to homosexuality and their understanding of what is happening. In Hinduism, homosexuals are referred to people of the third sex. These are people that are male and female by nature, not identification, meaning that they were born that way and did not change to be that way. This article has a broad range of topics like lesbians, svarini, gay men, kliba, transgenders, shanda, intersex, napumsa, and bisexuals, kami. These fall under the broad category of third sex. Within the Hindu faith, it is hard to accept homosexuals without them taking on the role of a specific gender. In simpler terms, people who do not produce offspring are considered failures and are delegated to the lowest ranks of society. This is in fear of most homosexuals. Homosexuals and transgenders are presumed to assume a heterosexual role against their nature, and intersex babies are forcibly assigned male or female corrective surgeries. When these artificial attempts to negate the third sex are performed, the arrangement of God can be devastating for the individuals involved. Concluding, though, it is the duty of the Brahmins to encourage all members of society in many spiritual practices recommended in the Vedas, which includes people of the third sex. No one is to be excluded or discouraged from these practices because of class, character, social standing, gender, race, etc. These practices purify the heart and remove all bad and unwanted qualities. The individual's importance exceeds and corrects